Kilauea could get explosive. Things have gotten shaky on Hawaii's Big Island in the last week, and they may get worse. The United States Geological Survey said if lava in the Kilauea volcano summit drops beneath groundwater levels, the inflow of water could result in steam-driven explosions. The USGS warns that steam-driven ballistic projectiles, blocks measuring 2 meters across and weighing up to several tons, could be sent flying 1 kilometer from the summit. Smaller blocks may travel farther. As if that wasn't bad enough, here's what some locals were facing just last week. Citing geologists, Reuters reports an explosive eruption could send ash plumes as high as 6,000 meters. Ash clouds and other even smaller debris from such an event could spread up to 19.2 kilometers from the Kilauea summit. The last time there was a large-scale explosive eruption from Kilauea was in 1924. Even bigger ones occurred in the late 18th century. In a preliminary analysis dated May 8, 2018, the USGS said no events are likely in the short term, but still, they didn't rule it out altogether. She's as cruel as she is kind. Enormous sinkhole opens overnight in New Zealand. That's not a sinkhole. Now that's a sinkhole. A massive sinkhole has opened up on a dairy farm in New Zealand, exposing 60,000-year-old volcanic rock deposits. According to CBS News, the sinkhole appeared after several days of heavy rainfall on a farm near the North Island town of Rotorua. Experts say rains dissolved underground limestone over thousands of years, which eventually caused the ground to collapse and form the canyon. The sinkhole is 20 meters deep, roughly 6 stories high, and around 220 meters long, about the length of 2 soccer fields. Volcanologist Brad Scott told TVNZ that the fissure appeared on the crater of a long-dormant volcano. Scott said the deposits at the bottom of the sinkhole were the original 60,000-year-old volcanic deposits that came out of the crater. Farmer Colin Tremaine said the huge hole appeared overnight on his farm and was spotted by one of his workers last week.
Hurricane categories and how they're classified. As Irma barrels towards the U.S., it's now been upgraded from a tropical storm to a Category 5 hurricane. Yikes! Hurricanes are classified into 5 categories based on wind speed. Wind speed is measured at a point 33 feet above the ground for 1 minute. In a Category 1, wind speeds are between 74 to 95 miles per hour, with minor home damage to be expected. With a Category 2 hurricane, wind speeds are between 96 to 110 miles per hour. A Category 3 has wind speeds between 111 to 129 miles per hour and has the potential to cause devastating damage. A Category 4 has wind speeds between 130 and 156 miles per hour. The last is a Category 5, which has wind speeds of 157 miles per hour and over. During a Category 5, there's a high percentage homes can be totally destroyed. With the U.S. still reeling from the effects of Harvey, Hurricane Irma has become one of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes ever. Oh, great. The trees are moving west. A new study that looked at 3 decades worth of data on trees came to a startling discovery. The trees are moving. From 1980 to 2015, researchers found that 73% of trees in the eastern U.S. have been moving westward, while 62% have been migrating north. As trees farther south and east die off, new ones sprout further north and east, causing the geographic center of where trees live to gradually shift. The reason for the move is unclear, but is possibly linked to climate change. Changes in rainfall patterns have reportedly led to wetter weather in the west. Warming temperatures are also partially responsible for the northward shift, as trees try to get to cooler weather. It's highly unlikely that the eastern U.S. will be completely devoid of trees, but the migration could impact industries that rely on specific species.
Study shows 76% drop in flying bug populations. Bugs, while icky, are critical to nature, and new research indicates they might be in decline. The research looked at the biomass of flying insects inside 63 German nature reserves. It found that between 1989 and 2016, the reserve's total flying insect population had declined by an average of 76%. The cause of the massive drop is unclear, but the fact the insects vanished at such a high rate has scientists concerned. The researchers say their findings could be representative of other areas around the world. Nature needs bugs, and we need nature. And if there's no nature, well, the planet becomes Mars 2.0. Bermuda's subsea twilight zone. Like the depths of space, much of the planet's oceans remain unexplored. Scientists researching waters around Bermuda and its subsea volcanic seamount have found new species of marine life. The Necton project team used special equipment including submersibles, as well as technical divers and remotely operated vehicles. The depth region they looked at is known as the rareotrophic zone. Only low amounts of sunlight reach this deep. Some media have dubbed it Bermuda's twilight zone as a result. Last year, researchers sighted a lionfish at a depth of 302 meters, that's said to be the deepest observed. Water temperature at this depth was a cool 19.7 degrees Celsius. In another study, scientists also detailed a new kind of black coral fauna called Stichopaths powderlessii. This tree-like coral was sighted at 300 meters deep. Oxford University biology professor and director of the Necton project, Alex Rogers, said the discoveries are, quote, evidence of how little we know and how important it is to document the unknown frontier to ensure that its future is protected. Earthquakes could triple in 2018. Scientists have predicted that 2018 could see up to 3 times as more earthquakes, but seismology experts are questioning the findings. Their prediction warns that as the Earth's rotation slows, the number of earthquakes will increase. Researchers say the planet is currently in the 4th year of these 5-year periodical slowdowns. University of Colorado researcher Dr. Roger Billum warns this could see a 3-fold increase in earthquakes next year, from 6 in 2017 to 20 in 2018. The researchers studied earthquakes of magnitude 7 and higher since 1900 and found 5 instances of seismic increases. Most of the greater earthquakes occurred near the equator. Scientists suspect this may be because of small changes in the Earth's core, but exactly why earthquakes would respond to a slowing Earth is unknown. That being said, some scientists have questioned the findings. New Zealand seismology experts at the University of Otago said they don't support the findings and that the research shouldn't inspire panic. They called it another example of a fortuitous correlation between earthquake occurrence and an unrelated phenomenon. It's getting hot in New England. A new study has found that the idyllic New England region could eventually become a hotbed of volcanic activity. Using data from earthquake measurement devices, Rutgers University researchers analyzed the speed and direction of seismic waves to visualize subsurface conditions. They detected a massive upwelling of hot rock under Vermont, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts after noticing the area was noticeably hotter than neighboring regions. Though the hot mass is slowly and steadily rising, it will take millions of years before it reaches the surface and reshapes the area's geography. Or create a volcano. Scientists say what's happening in New England may be similar to the onset of the Yellowstone supervolcano. It emphasizes how intricate and dynamic the Earth's subsurface features are and definitely warrants further study.